Hello, my name is Rook Nelson, the director here at Skydive Chicago. Since 1988, Skydive Chicago has been a family business and we've remained passionate about the progression of the sport. As a veteran of over 26,000 jumps, know that safety is our #1 priority. If there's anything we can do to make your experience more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask any of the team members. This video is going to help guide you through your first jump experience, but first we got to listen to Bill Booth, maker of the Sigma system you are going to be utilizing.
Hello, I'm Bill Booth. I was instrumental in developing tandem jumping in the early 1980s and own uninsured United Parachute Technologies, a producer of tandem parachute equipment. Even though I've been skydiving for many years, I still fondly remember my first jump, so I know you're excited to make yours. But first, let me take a few moments to clarify the risks you assume by making a tandem parachute jump today. There is not now, nor will there ever be, a perfect parachute harness and container, a perfect automatic activation device, a perfect airplane, a perfect pilot, a perfect parachute instructor, a perfect parachute packer, or for that matter, a perfect student. Each of these systems, or components and people all necessary for you to make a tandem parachute jump, is subject to malfunction, failure to perform as expected or required, or to human error. Unexpected weather conditions may also arise. It is important that you understand that if you choose to make a parachute jump, any such malfunction, failure to perform, or change in weather conditions may cause or contribute to your injury or death. It is because of this significant inherent risk that you will be asked to sign an assumption of risk agreement. This agreement is an important legal document. It is a contract between you and all of the people and corporations that will assist you in making your tandem parachute jump. It is important that you read this document carefully and fully understand its contents. By signing this document, you expressly state that you understand that by making a tandem parachute jump, you risk serious injury or even death caused by any reason, including design or manufacturing defects, malfunction or misuse of the parachute system, or improper, careless, negligent, and in some cases, even grossly negligent use of that system by the parties involved. Simply put, signing this waiver demonstrates your willingness to accept the risk of serious injury or death in exchange for the thrill of making a tandem parachute jump. By signing this document, you also state that if you are injured or killed, neither you nor your heirs will ever sue any of the involved parties for any reason whatsoever, and that if you do sue, you promise to pay all legal expenses, costs, and attorney's fees of, or judgments against any of the sued parties.
Because this document will drastically affect your legal rights, you must read it carefully and fully understand it before signing. If you do not understand its implications, you should only ask an attorney who is licensed to practice law in the state where you are jumping to explain or interpret it for you. The people assisting you with your tandem jump are not attorneys, and you may not rely on any interpretation you receive from them. If you have any questions about the specific risks involved in parachuting, we urge you to ask the Drop Zone personnel or read the incident reports contained in Parachutist magazine online. Tandem is not the only way you can make a parachute jump. There are other methods of instruction available to you. This is not the only place where you may make a tandem parachute jump. This drop zone will supply you with a list of other methods or locations if you wish. If you have any medical problems that you think might affect your ability to make this jump, please ask your doctor about the advisability of your jumping and inform the drop zone personnel before signing up for your jump. Each drop zone has its own refund policy, so make sure that you understand what it is before paying. Now that you understand the important considerations disclosed to you, let's learn what you can expect during your tandem skydive today. Your responsibilities are very important, so listen carefully to your briefing.
Thank you for choosing Skydive Chicago. Our team is dedicated to excellence in customer service, facilities, and safety, setting the standard through an evolving culture where goals become achievements, moments become memories, and friendships last forever. Let's begin your journey. When you arrive, enter through the double doors on the west side of the building, then walk straight through the hangar, following the signs to the main office for check-in. Be sure that your entire group is present when checking in. This is where you'll need your photo ID, finish any paperwork, stand on a scale for weight and balance for the aircraft, and finally, you'll be given a name tag. There is a monitor in the cafe area and in the Tandem area that displays information about your skydive. All Tandem students will be displayed in yellow. Your name will show up first, followed by your instructor and your videographer if you purchased a video package. The time is displayed on how long it is until your jump. When the time reaches 20 minutes, make your way into the hangar to make your skydive. Note, please expect a wait time between 2 to 4 hours on weekdays and 4 to 6 hours on weekends. Weather conditions such as rain, low clouds, or wind could have effect on these wait times. Also note, for the safety of our instructors and students, consumption of drugs or alcohol before skydiving is strictly prohibited and could result in forfeiture of deposit. The Tandem Gear Up area is located on the northwest side of the hangar. If you haven't already arrived at the Tandem area at the 20-minute call, you will then hear your group number paged when it's time to jump. Here, you will meet your instructor and prepare to skydive. First, be sure to remove any jewelry you don't want to lose and empty your pockets. We have lockers for you to stow your items during your jump. On the day of your jump, wear comfortable clothes suitable to the day. Please wear tennis shoes, not boots or sandals. Those with long hair may want to put it up in ponytails, buns, or braids. You may choose to wear a jumpsuit over your clothes. Yellow is the smallest size, and orange is the largest. Next, your instructor will adjust the harness to properly fit your body and ensure the harness is secure. Next, you'll receive an altimeter. This device measures altitude in thousands of feet. Then, you'll receive a pair of goggles that will be attached to your harness and remain there until the door opens just before exit. Next, the instructor will rehearse the objectives of the skydive, which will detail how you will exit from the plane, the freefall tasks, to pulling the parachute. Then your instructor will gear up and do a set of gear checks to ensure the equipment is ready to jump. If you purchased a video package, your videographer will interview you and follow you along through your entire journey to capture this incredible experience. Once fully harnessed and prepped, you'll walk down to the loading area with your instructor and videographer. We call this the Walk of Fame, so act famous. Students will board the aircraft with their instructors to the left of them. Be mindful when stepping into the plane to bend down to clear the door, as each of our aircraft is equipped with an inside bar. Inside the plane, you'll sit down on the floor in front of your instructor. Once seated, raise your knees with your feet apart to allow the next person to sit down. You'll wear a seatbelt for takeoff. It will loop around the harness closest to the wall. At 2,000 feet, the seatbelt will be removed by lifting the metal buckle and sliding the connection point out. Depending on your instructor's briefing, you might stay seated or kneel for the connection process that will happen at 10,000 feet. When approaching the door for exit, your hands will be on the harness. There are 3 different exits, and your instructor will brief you for the one you will use on your jump. You can anticipate exiting from the seated position, where you and your instructor will scoot to the edge of the door with your feet out and legs hooked under the plane. Or you may exit from the kneeling position, or standing, but you will exit sitting into the harness like a chair. At the door, put your head back on the instructor's shoulder, keeping your hands on the harness. Then the instructor will count, ready, set, go. The first thing to do after exiting is arch. The arch is the basic body position with your hips forward, feet and knees together, bent between your instructor's legs and chin up. In other words, be the banana. The initial exit is arguably the most exhilarating part of the skydive. It may seem like it takes your breath away, but breathe normally while in free fall. In through your nose and out through your mouth. There is plenty of oxygen at altitude. Soon after exiting, you'll receive 3 taps on your shoulder. This is your cue to open your arms and place them at 90 degrees. The next objective is the hat check. Look out towards the horizon, check your altimeter, then your instructor will give you a thumbs up. Next, with an open palm, reach back to touch the orange golf ball on your instructor's right hip. This is a practice to deploy the parachute. Once all the checks are completed, your videographer will come in and interact with you, capturing your entire skydive. At 6,000 feet, your instructor will take your altimeter and point at it. This is your cue to lock on. At 5,500 feet, you'll wave your arms once, reach back, grab the golf ball, and pull the parachute. To promote maximum comfort in the harness during parachute flight, lift your knees up and sit in the harness as much as possible. At Skydive Chicago, we define 3 types of turns. Green zone is to the shoulder and is the most gentle and docile turn. Yellow zone is to the chest and is faster with sharper turns. And red zone is to the waist and is the most radical turn or the feeling of a roller coaster ride. On landing, your instructor will tell you, legs up. At that point, lift your legs and point your toes to the sky. The number 1 position is bringing the toggles to the shoulders, number 2, pulling them to your chest, and number 3, pulling the toggles evenly all the way down. The idea is that your instructor will touch down first and then you. Once you've landed, your instructor will loosen your harness. Then head back to the tandem area and your instructor will meet you there to debrief your skydive. Any equipment given to you by your instructor can be given back to your instructor. As professionals, students, and licensed skydivers, we log every jump we make. Your instructor will give you a logbook unique to Skydive Chicago to document your skydive and give you a certificate. Tips are not expected, but they are certainly appreciated in our industry. If you choose, you may hand your instructor a cash tip or head over for a QR code to access your instructor's Venmo account. Please feel free to enjoy food from the cafe, shop in the pro shop, or continue to watch skydivers after your jump. Thank you again for choosing Skydive Chicago.